Hi everyone and welcome back. This is part 2 of my favourite movies as a child. So if you haven't already seen part 1, please check that out. I will have the link down below in the description. Assuming you will have seen the last video, you'll hopefully know why this is a voiceover and not an actual video of me talking. But in case you've forgotten, it is because I had to split this video in two in the editing process, so therefore didn't have two intros or outros. So this one does not have a video intro, but it does have a video outro. So let's get on to the video and I hope you enjoy it. Next is Night at the Museum, which was in 2006. Larry, a night security guard at the Museum of Natural History, gets some help from the exhibits who come alive at night to foil a robbery attempt of a magic tablet and proves that he is not a loser. So this was a movie I watched quite a bit of, more later in primary school because it came out in 2006, so I was 9-ish. It was a movie my parents enjoyed as well, so I would watch it quite often whenever they watched it. Like, generally, if it was on TV, we would watch it. Alright, next movie is Spy Kids, which was in 2001. Secret agents Gregorio and Ingrid fall in love with each other and decide to raise a family. Later, they mysteriously disappear and the only people who can rescue them are their own kids. It's all very kind of weird at points. Not as weird as like Shark Boy and Lava Girl, but still weird. The next one is Spy Kids 2. So, Island of Lost Dreams, and that was released in 2002. Super spies, Junie and Carmen Cortez, who are the children, are tasked with retrieving a device known as the Transmuker, which has the ability to disrupt every known electronic device. It was a good movie, I think, and I think I did watch it in high school at one point, but I don't think I've watched it in a while now. So now we get into a movie again that was what I'd watch more early primary school and like previous to primary school. It was a 2002 animated film called Barbie as Rapunzel. Rapunzel, a princess kidnapped by an evil witch and locked in a tower, finds her life turned upside down when she comes across a magical paintbrush that brings her paintings to life. That and another movie I'll mention just after this. Actually, maybe I'll mention it now because it kind of links in. Which is Barbie in the Nutcracker, which is in 2001, so it's 1 year previous to the Barbie as Rapunzel. The Mouse King casts an evil spell over Clara that causes her to shrink. Clara and the Nutcracker set out on an adventurous journey to find Sugar Plum Princess, who has the power to undo the spell. I would watch them apparently a lot. I found out, like, I knew about them, and I knew I watched them a bit because I remembered. But my brother was like, oh, you watch them all the time, so we had to hide them. Because I apparently cracked the shits if I couldn't watch them. Because I would watch them a lot, like all the time. And so they hid them from me because I just wouldn't let go of the Barbies. I really liked Barbies. I went through all primary school, I loved Barbies. Like, I had so many. And the movie, I was like, yes, of course I want a Barbie movie. The Wizard of Oz. So this is a 1940 film. So when a tornado rips through Kansas, Dorothy and her dog Toto are whisked away in the house to the magical land of Oz. They follow the yellow brick road towards the Emerald City to meet the wizard, and en route they meet a scarecrow that needs a brain, a tin man missing a heart, and a cowardly lion who wants courage. The wizard asks the group to bring him the broom of the Wicked Witch of the West to earn his help. I really liked the movie. I had kind of, going back to the last one, I had a Barbie doll of it. It was a Dorothy Barbie doll, and I had Glinda the Good Witch as well. And I think I had a Toto, but I think I lost it, so I don't know. But yeah, I had those, and I loved them. I melted the foot off one accidentally because I took it to school and had it in front of like one of those outdoor heat vent things that are on the walls, and it melted the foot off. It was like a hard plastic foot because it glowed for the red shoes. Yeah. Anyway, oops. Sorry, Mum. Mum was not happy with me for that. I did like them and I didn't mean to. It's just, stuff happens. So yeah, The Wizard of Oz, I would watch it at my nana's. It was one of the like videos she had. So I would watch it a lot there. And my mum liked the movie. I don't know if she loved it. Maybe she did. I don't know. So that's one I think I just grew up with. I don't remember the first time watching it. It was just kind of there. So it wasn't one I think I watched on repeat, but it was consistently there throughout childhood. Next is a 1968 animated Disney film, which is The Jungle Book. Mowgli is a young boy who has been raised by wolves when a man-eating tiger threatens his life. His animal family tries to convince him to leave the jungle and live in the human village. Yeah, I watched the remake not that long ago and I was very sad. And I'm sure I'd be sad again watching the original, so I should watch it. I need to borrow someone's Disney Plus. I really like The Jungle Book. I think it was one of those ones yet again that my nana had on video, so it was one of the videos that would go on repeat when at her house. My nana and grandpa. So yeah, it was just one I enjoyed, one that would get watched quite a bit. Had animals yet again. Had music. Ticks all the boxes. Next is Tarzan, which was made in 1999. Tarzan, an orphan raised by mountain gorillas, rescues a woman explorer, Jane. After realizing that he's a human, Tarzan must choose between civilization and the jungle life. It was a good movie. It's sad. It's one I haven't watched overly long ago, I think. Oliver and Company, which is a 1989 film that may not be as well known as a lot of the other ones. Apparently it didn't go so great in the box office, according to my brother. When Oliver is lost in New York City, he's a cat, by the way, he meets lazy mongrel Dodger, who's a dog, by the way, who helps him steal food from local vendors. However, Oliver's life changes when he meets the rich Jenny. I watched it quite a bit, and it was based on a cat and a dog, so obviously I would like it. So it kind of goes through the New York streets and has some funky music, and yeah, it's a bit different from some of the other Disney films. The music's not as Disney, I guess, but like it's not. Is it a musical? It is a musical, I guess. Now I think about it. So yeah, it's just not as like belty. It's more New York music. I don't know how to explain it. Next is the Chronicles of Narnia. The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. I'm not sure what period of primary school, because it came out in 2005, so it was later primary school. While playing, Lucy and her siblings find a wardrobe that lands them in a mystical place called Narnia. Here they realize that it was fated and they must now unite with Aslan to defeat an evil queen. I really liked Aslan. So there were times I found the movie sad. I don't know if it was the first movie. I'm not going to do spoilers because some of you may not have seen it. Yeah, it was a good movie. My mum enjoyed it. I don't know if my dad did as much, but I think he didn't mind it. It takes you to a different world, and as a little girl, I was like, oh yes, there's snow and everything. I've kind of been in the snow on a patch of the side of the road at like 3, but I don't remember it. So, I mean, it was like a whole different world, and it had all mythical creatures, and obviously there are animals in it, so I was happy with that yet again. Next, a 1995 film, live action, called Casper. Now this is one I really don't remember much about, except that he was Ghost. But I know I watched it. Carrigan Crittenden, what a name, hires paranormal expert Dr. James Harvey to exorcise the ghost from a mansion. The situation changes when Harvey's daughter befriends Casper, a friendly ghost. I kind of get flashes of, like, bits, but barely, you know? It's just kind of there, but I'd have to rewatch it to really flash back to that. Yeah, it's hard to say. Next is Chicken Run, which was in 2000, so I was only 3 when it came out. 2 or 3. I turned 3 in the year 2000. Rocky a rooster and Ginger a chicken decide to escape from a chicken farm where they learn that their owner is plotting to have them killed. I remember it because it's like ingrained in my mind. yeah, it was just a disturbing movie. Like, I don't know who decided for a kids movie to make that, but I mean, I guess it works. It's just weird. It's one I watched probably yet again earlier in primary school, or previous to primary school. I would rewatch it. I know it's gonna be probably still disturbing, even as a grown adult. I don't eat chicken anymore, so maybe less so now, but, or would it be less? I don't know. Is it less? So next is a 1995 film. There's actually a remake of a Shirley Temple film that was filmed whenever Shirley Temple was at her biggest. I don't know when that was. So quite a while earlier. But it was a remake of A Little Princess. Sarah is sent to a strict boarding school after her father enlists in World War I. When he is presumed dead, the headmistresses, knowing she will not receive any more money, forces the girl to become a servant. Harsh. I remember watching this. Hard to say. The time I remember most is when I was about 8, but I'm not sure if I'd seen it earlier, but I remember watching it, and then I loved what they wore in it, and I remember like trying to find thick, I think, white tights, which I think I had at the time, but I think I tore them on a couch. I don't know how. I was like climbing on couches. Don't ask me. And I had like this, I don't remember what dress, but I put a dress on and I thought, oh, it looks so nice. And I think I had a bow or something. I found something and did my hair up, down with something in it. And I don't know, I just went outside and went on the swing because at that time we my parents owned a motel. So we had it wasn't a big motel, by the way. It had just a swing set, like an old swing set outside. And so I just went on the swing, and I don't know why I went on a swing. It wasn't really related to the film, but yeah, I just felt like I was the little princess. And yeah, it was such a sweet film from what I remember. I haven't seen it in a while. I think the most recent thing I watched was the Shirley Temple version. Next film is The Chipmunk Adventures. Now, don't get this confused with Alvin and the Chipmunks. That came out later. The Chipmunk Adventures came out in 1987, so before my time. But I enjoyed it nonetheless. I had it on video, and I don't know if I had the official copy or we like recorded it from TV. Because we had a few of those too. Simon, Theodore, and Alvin become involved in a jewel smuggling operation while their guardian is away. It was one I watched more early primary school and before primary school. I don't remember much about it, but I remember aspects of it. It's one I haven't seen in such a long time, and it's one I don't know. I didn't even know the name of. I didn't know it was called that, and the name doesn't ring any bells, but I knew it was an Alvin and the Chipmunk movie, really. Next movie is the Simpsons movie. So that came out in 2007. So later in primary school yet again, Homer accidentally pollutes a lake of Springfield. When the town blames him for it, he decides to save the city and his family. It's one I loved at the time. And actually, my friends Heidi and I don't know if we ever got to perform it. There was a thing in grade 5, 6 in primary school where you could perform in front of the classes, the grade 5, 6 classes, I think specifically. And we decided to do the Homer and Boob Lady scene. And yeah, so we pretty much reenacted that. And I don't know if we got to do it because, I don't know, things got cancelled or something. But we may have. I don't remember. But yeah, we definitely rehearsed it. We got the lines and we did a scene. Or we were going to do a scene. I was Homer and my friend was the Boob Lady, I'm pretty sure. And yeah, so it was That was that. I do have it on DVD, and I had stickers from the movie. Don't know if I saw it at the cinema. May have. Not sure. The next movie is the Care Bears movie, a 1985 movie. This animated movie featuring the popular children's characters begins with orphanage manager Mr. Cherrywood, I don't remember, telling the story about the Care Bears. In it, a young magician's assistant falls prey to an evil spirit intent on destroying all happiness in the world. It is then up to a group of Care Bears, including Friend Bear and Love-A-Lot Bear, with help from a couple of orphans, to stop the spirit using their caring powers. Yeah, I don't remember much. I remember songs a little bit. I remember when hearing them. I don't remember them off by heart. I can't sing them. And like what's the maypole or something? There's like poles with the ribbons. I watched it a lot. It was one I remember watching a lot. When I was younger. Pre-primary school, I'm pretty sure. Next movie is The Hunchback of Notre Dame, which the Disney animated version, which was in 1996, so a year before I was born. Quasimodo, a deformed bell ringer in Notre Dame, breaks free from his self-imposed stupor and stands up to his tyrant guardian in a bid to help Esmeralda, a gypsy girl. I really enjoyed it. Watching it back now, I think it's a lot darker than I remember it being. I remember it being dark, but I don't think I got the whole story. I mean, I didn't get the discrimination, I guess. I kind of got it with the Hunchback, but not like the gypsy. Next, The Lady and the Tramp. So another Disney animated film, but a 1955 movie. Well known for its spaghetti eating scene. Lady, a female dog, feels neglected when Jim and Darling get a baby in the house. Later, when Aunt Sarah gets her twin Siamese cats, Lady is blamed for all the havoc they wreak. The Lady and the Tramp I liked because they were dogs. Next film, Ants, which is a 1998 film. Sorry if I'm yelling. I'm trying to get over this rain. I don't know if people remember it as much, but it came out, in 1998. It was like kind of like A Bug's Life, but it was ants, just ants. And it was underground. It was a lot darker. Like, it was brown tones and everything, like, literally darker. Z, or Z, it might be pronounced Z in the movie because it's American. An ant feels irrelevant in his anthill. Soon he meets Bala, I think that's how you pronounce it, I don't know, who also feels the same when it comes to her social skills. Unaware that destiny has some huge plans for both of them, they meet again. I don't remember that, but I guess it happened. But I remember this, like, sergeant ant that was, like, used to kind of scare me. He was mean. He was really buff, too. He was, like, a typical, like, army man that turns out to be baddie. Yeah. He had, like, really muscular face. But, yeah, it was one I watched quite a bit as a younger child. So pre-primary and maybe early primary school. The ants were kind of creepy looking. Looking back, like, I looked up the picture and they were not cute. They were kind of scary looking. And I remember that as a kid. And I liked the movie, but it still was a little creepy looking. A little creepy. They were, like, kind of bony looking. I don't know how to explain it, besides from they look bony. Next movie is A Bug's Life. Also came out in 1998. Flick, an inventor, leads an army of ants against a group of grasshoppers who steal their food every year. He also enlists a troop of circus bugs to help him. It was a fun, cute movie. Pinocchio. So, the animated 1940 Disney film. Pinocchio, a marionette, must earn the right to become a real boy by proving to be truthful, brave, and selfless. He is assisted by Jimmy Cricket, his assigned conscience. It was one of those films, yet again, that I probably watched more when I was younger, primary school and preschool sort of age. Yeah, I just enjoyed it. I don't know. I'm like, my body is like trying to warm itself up. So, My brain's not thinking because I'm cold. Sorry. Next movie is a live action. I'm yelling yet again because of the rain. Is a 2003 live action called The Haunted Mansion. A couple decides to visit a mansion that Edward Gracie wants to sell. However, they soon discover that the property is haunted by evil spirits. May not be a well-known one to a lot of people, but I enjoyed it. It was an Eddie Murphy movie. I probably watched it more in primary school aged. I can't specifically give you a period of time within primary school, but yeah. I enjoyed it. I thought it was funny. I thought Eddie Murphy's funny. Yeah, I don't remember a whole heap. I assume the mansion is haunted. I remember a head or something. Could be wrong. Was there a severed head somewhere? Next movie. The Fox and the Hound. By the way, The Fox and the Hound was in 1981, so it was quite a while ago now, but not one of the old Disney films. Yeah, and I will give you the description of the movie. So, The Fox and the Hound is about a red fox, Todd, and a hound dog, Copper, develop a strong friendship during their childhood. However, as they enter adulthood, they succumb to peer pressure and distance themselves from each other. It's a cute movie. It's got animals, prerequisite obviously for a lot of these. Yet again was one of those ones I'd watched earlier in primary school or previous to primary school. But yeah, it was cute. I remember it being kind of sad. Maybe this is the second one. I don't know. I feel like it was sad. I haven't watched it in such a long time. It's one of those ones I really haven't watched for ages. Alright, so after recording this, I had realized that I completely forgot a movie franchise that was a big part of like my late childhood. And I actually saw one of the movies for my 10th birthday. And that movie franchise is actually Pirates of the Caribbean movies. The first movie is Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl. So this was actually released in 2003, but I saw it in primary school. So I think I had a family. I walked into the living room. I think it was my auntie or something. They were watching Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl, which at that point I didn't know what it was. There was a lot of like, I guess skeletons at that point, the point I walked in on. So that's when I first like found out about it. It is about a blacksmith joins forces with Captain Jack Sparrow, a pirate, in a bid to free the love of his life from Jack's associates who kidnapped her suspecting she has the medallion. Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Man's Chest was in 2006. Captain Jack Sparrow seeks the heart of Davy Jones, a mythical pirate, in order to avoid being enslaved to him. However, others, including his friends Will and Elizabeth, want it for their own gain. Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End, which was released in 2006. Captain Barbossa, Will Turner, and Elizabeth Swann must save Jack Sparrow and form an alliance with the pirates around the world to fight against the East India Company. For my 10th birthday, we stayed in a hotel. I got my ears pierced. We went to the shops. And then, I don't remember if we saw the movie first or we had dinner first. But I saw at the cinema that I don't actually know is still there, right in the city, Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End. And I got a cup, like one of those novelty cups, and like a huge popcorn that I never finished. And then we went and got, I think it was, I don't know if it was Chinese food or, yeah, it was something, I think it was Chinese food because we were in like the kind of like Chinatown area. And I had that and then I vomited that night. I don't know why. In general, yeah, it was a movie I really loved. I loved throughout high school as well. And I still very much enjoy it. I haven't watched it in a little while though. But it's one, yeah, I've just enjoyed throughout childhood and
into my teens and into adulthood. I don't remember if I was a teenager when I got the game. It was Pirates of the Caribbean game. It might have been at World's End as well, but I'm not 100% sure. I loved Captain Jack Sparrow and I loved Johnny Depp. And I loved the characters that were in it of Elizabeth and Will Turner. So that's part of the reason why the time on Stranger Tides came out, I was disappointed because they weren't in it.
Next movie and the last movie, so I can go into the wall, is one maybe you don't remember. I don't know. But is the 2005 live action Racing Stripes. Stripes, a baby zebra, is rescued by a retired horse trainer, Nolan. Stripes grows up amidst Nolan's daughter and barnyard friends. Now he is set to live his dream by racing against thoroughbreds. I was obsessed with this movie for a while. When it came out, I wasn't in the cinema. It probably came out on DVD or video. I don't know, whatever it was at that point. And I was obsessed. I really loved it. I wanted a zebra. I really wanted a zebra. At that point in time, I don't know if it was because of that movie, but I started making zebra noises. And I was not going to stop. That is all. Thank you so much for watching. This was such a long video to film. I'm sure it won't seem like that in the edited version. I'd surely hope not, because I've been here for hours and have had to recharge my battery so often, it is ridiculous. Do let me know what movies you used to really like as a child, anywhere from 0 to 12, and maybe they're also on my list, who knows. But thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it yet again, and I will see you in the next video. Alright, bye guys.